And we are live with the Clydesdale Media's special presentation of Meet the Athletes. Before we get to our special guest, I want to thank my sponsors. RX Smart Gear provides world-class jump ropes, grips, and other gear for all of us. Use the discount code Clydesdale15 for 15% off your order at rxsmartgear.com. Mobility Movement MVMNT is a program that teaches you how to increase your capacity to heal, reduce recovery time, and restore your nervous system to peak health. Everyone gets a 7-day trial. After the 7-day trial, our followers will get an additional first month free when they use the code Clydesdale free month at mobilitymvmnt.com. Finally, our newest sponsor, C4 Energy, delivering the most effective, best tasting, and highest quality products for you. Get 25% off when you use the code Clydesdale at checkout at c4energy.com. And with that, we've got all that out of the way. And now I get to talk with my special guest, Hollye Henderson.
What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. We started this year, and I have been so overjoyed at the conversations I got to have with so many people and got to meet all. You guys have accomplished something great, and I'm glad we get to highlight you.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah. So next week is the Syndicate Crown. You are no stranger to the big stage. You have been in the CrossFit world for a little bit now.
A little while, yeah.
Yeah. And so they're in the teens. If it was an even year, you were going to regionals.
Correct. If it was an odd year, I was injured.
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah.
So you were 14, 16, 18,
That's
regional competitor. And you did a couple sanctionals when regionals went away. Rogue Invitational right here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, they put on a show.
Man, they put on a show. That's for sure.
And they treat the athletes so well.
Oh, it was spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also did another one, Granite Games.
I did the Granite Games, yeah.
Yeah. So you've been on the big stage a ton. Last year, West Coast Classic.
Yes. Very fun. Yeah. Vegas.
I loved Vegas. I thought the arena they had there was amazing. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't get a semifinal this year.
Me too. It draws a good crowd, just I think, because of the city and the allure of the Strip. But it was a good crowd.
But I can do without the 120-degree temperatures.
Well, I mean, I live in Mississippi, so I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, it was pretty hot.
So the picture I used for you in the graphic was you running the Ruck Run.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
That was my best event, probably because I have a soccer background, running background, and I live where it's 100 degrees, and plus 100% humidity. So I was fairly well prepared for that event.
Yeah, I used to live in Tallahassee, Florida. And we called that the armpit of Florida because you're nowhere near water.
Yeah.
And it's just humid and hot and sticky like an armpit.
Yeah. That's all of Mississippi, in case anyone's wondering.
So you're in Jackson. And you actually are the owner of CrossFit Jackson.
That's right.
Spelled JXN.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to be cool.
CrossFit Jackson was taken by, I think there's a Jackson, Tennessee, maybe.
Gotcha. So I like your spelling way better.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool.
It makes cooler t-shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you want to become an affiliate owner?
I was a head trainer at a separate affiliate that's about 20 minutes away. And I knew pretty much from when I started CrossFit in 2012 that I wanted to open my own gym. It just took the right timing and place. And oddly enough, there was not a affiliate inside the actual city of Jackson. And so I kind of just, shot my shot and went for it.
And what year did you open?
I opened in August of 2015.
OG,
yeah. Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, not like OG, but
Yeah,
kind of OG.
there's some real OGs out there.
Yeah, yeah. And so what's it been like for the last 7 years?
Yeah, a lot of growth. I've moved buildings once and then um, tore down a section of my current building to make the space bigger. So it's been a lot of growth, a lot of good. Our community is stellar. I can't say enough about my gym members and the ones that have been with me since day one. That have hung around. It's been a fun transformation.
Yeah. And speaking of transformations, on your Instagram, you have tons of transformation pictures. So you're
Yeah.
into nutrition and into fitness. And do you coach both of those together or some independently?
Some independently. So I have a separate business that's just nutrition that I run, and some of those clients are gym members that just come to me naturally, and then I have several that are out of state that just social media or word of mouth find out about me.
And you're precision nutrition certified, WAG.
Yeah, and
Uh,
Mike Malloy, who's my coach, I've done all of his courses as well. He's
yeah,
got some,
Mike's a great guy.
yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, we had him on the show, gosh, probably a year ago now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's great. Well, I love the transformation pictures. You also have a master's degree
I do.
because you seem to be an overachiever in life all around.
I don't know if it's an overachiever or I just can't sit still. It's one of the two.
There you go. And it's an exercise science. So it
Yes.
makes sense with your lifestyle and your profession.
Yeah, it lined up pretty nicely. I didn't when I was getting my master's, I didn't know that I was doing CrossFit at the time, but I really had no idea what I was going to do with my life at that point. So, but it worked out nicely.
It did. And so of all the things you've done so far in your career, what is the highlight moment?
Oof, that's a tough question. Um, I don't think anyone can replicate the feeling of qualifying for your first regional or semifinal. That was a very special moment. And then I would have to say this year qualifying, how much it's meant to me personally this year in particular, is probably a highlight.
Is there anything you can go into as to why it's so special this year?
Yeah, I this year and the last 2 years have probably been some of the toughest years of my life for personal reasons. And, you know, knowing what I've been through and still showing up day in and day out at the gym, um, and truly like having no idea. I train alone, so I truly had no like litmus of where I stood in terms of my fitness level. And so qualifying in 61st place in North America was, I never looked at the leaderboard. So when I found out, I was very shocked and also obviously very excited.
Yeah, that's super awesome. Well, you actually have a unique perspective because you're one of the few athletes who did one of these workouts on the big stage
Yeah.
and get to repeat it again this year.
Yeah, you can go find me walking down the lane and time capping and falling from the rope on YouTube if you'd like to.
So, what feeling does that give you to get another crack at it, knowing what happened last time then and what could possibly happen this time?
When that came out, I legless rope climbs is probably one of my weaker movements. But I wasn't filled with dread. It's gonna be a very different event for all females, I would say. But I love the fact that I get to, I'm competing against other girls, but I'm also showcasing what the last, I guess that was 14. So the
Eight.
last 8 years, yeah, how I've improved. And um, the last time I knew I was going to get time capped, and this time, barring something crazy happening, I know that I'll be finishing the workout and hopefully much faster time.
That's got to be a huge sense of accomplishment that that and that's what I think is best about CrossFit, right? That you repeat things so often in
Yeah.
CrossFit that you can see where you've come from and where you are today.
Yeah, it's fun. It was actually fun to go back and watch that video. I hadn't seen it since, but it's just, it's funny seeing the girls who are still in the sport since then. There's just a few of us, I think, and just seeing how much the sport has evolved since then. It was kind of a throwback for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a volunteer in 14.
Okay.
And I got to
Were
watch it up
you in
close.
San Antonio?
I wasn't. I did the Central
Okay.
East
Yeah.
that year. So I actually got to see Danny Seidel break the world record.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, I remember that.
And because she was in the furthest lane out, and like all by herself.
Yeah.
And it almost highlighted her because of the lane she was in.
Right.
But it was crazy. But yeah, so the other workouts have come out as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've taken a quick look at those.
Yes.
Have you tested any yet?
I have tested event 4, and then this weekend I'm going to do a simulation pretty much of all of them.
Okay. So that was kind of my next question. What do the next 7 days look like for you?
Yeah, today's rest day. The next 3 days I'm going to simulate as close to a T as possible, including that, since they've put out the times, schedule, eating, timing, all of that. As closely as possible. Monday and Tuesday, I think Dex Hopkins, who I know you know, he's my coach.
Yeah.
I think he's going to just get me to get some light touches on a couple of the movements we're going to be seeing. And then Wednesday, I'm flying to Knoxville. Probably just do some recovery Wednesday and Thursday.
So, yeah, Dex is one of my really good friends.
Yeah.
And he gets to compete in this thing too. So you're
I
competing
know.
with your coach.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's one of those things of I couldn't be more happy for him as an athlete, and I think it's really cool that we both got put in the same semifinal.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's going to be like because I go to Christy O'Connell's gym. So at Granite Games last year, I got super emotional
Yeah,
when she didn't make it.
yeah.
And then, but Dex, I would say I'm even closer with Dex.
Mm-hmm.
And like I since I've known him, he hasn't competed again.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I met him at regionals, but we weren't tight then. Like I don't know how emotional I'm going to be seeing him on the floor.
Yeah, it's going to be. He and I were both from Mississippi, and we met in 2012 when we both started CrossFit. So I've known him for a long time, but I think it's going to be really exciting for the crowd, and just for him to be back out there.
Yeah, he's the best.
He really
So
is.
one Dex question. What is your favorite Dexism? Like, the horse is out of the barn or his down home Dexisms of comparing things.
Yeah, let's see. I probably have 2. One would be he's named me Muscle Pony this year. I think just my size. I'm one of the smaller athletes. And then the other one would be I don't remember what the workout was, but I was feeling not confident about it. And then I ended up doing pretty well on it. And he just sent a meme of I don't know if you know, it's the meme of this little girl she set the house on fire behind her and she's just kind of standing there.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. That's Dex for you. Sometimes like he sends me a text and I have to think about it for 15 minutes just to like comprehend whatever language it is that he uses.
Yeah, he'll say long story long, because he's trying to wrap it up, but he can't.
Yeah, he and Armin Hammer battle for the record for longest podcast on our show.
It's fun though. He's such a fun guy. You just keep going.
He is. I call him one of the people. You just pull the string and let him go.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm super stoked that I got to sit down and talk with you.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked we got to highlight you going into Syndicate, and I can't wait to see you there next week.
Yeah,
and cheer you on, and maybe we'll interview you coming off the floor or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Scott.